What's going on, guys? So, had a really fun situation the other day. Went to pull into the parking lot at work and, hit the back brake and the front brake at the same time. And then all of a sudden, this happens. Nothing. Got a hairline crack, one of my lines on my distribution block. So, today, we're going to be replacing this guy. By the way, I do have an Instagram for the channel now. So, Gearhead Phil, same name as the channel, obviously. Be sure to check it out. Please go follow. That would be awesome. Freaking like it. Follow it. Do it now. Here's what I discovered last night, and I've had this bike for over a year now, and I didn't know this, but all of my front brakes are, well, all the lines are aftermarket. I guess because when they put these bars on, the factory bars are like right here at this height, and they come out here. So they had to like put some longer lines on, etc. So because of that, they had to run a custom distribution block. So these bikes have like from the parts diagram, it looks like they have a one-piece brake line where it goes, there's like a small splitter here that the line actually comes down to, and then it just runs off to each caliper. There's like, it's all one unit. There's no like individual lines like these are now. So what I did, got on to J&P Cycles, and I got on their chat, and I was like, hey, I'm not sure which one of these I need. It looks like the one for a dyno wide glide, but naturally all of those were out of stock. I really wanted to get a black one that was for a wide glide, but couldn't get that one or the chrome one because it looked a lot like this one. So what I ended up doing was finding this one from Twin Power, which, from J&P Cycles, and it's a little bit different than that one, so I started working on bending the lines just a little bit to kind of make it fit, which cracked the chrome a little bit, but I really don't care. Because long term, I'd like to get a black one anyway. I'm going to be taking the old one off, putting this one on, and seeing if my riding plans for this weekend aren't ruined. As you can see, got the old one off. This is the one I took off, and upon further inspection, I'm pretty sure it's the same part. So this one, keep in mind, I've bent this one just a little bit, trying to get it to match what it was. But I think what happened here is whenever they put this one on, they bent it too close to where this line is brazed into the block here. And I think it, you can actually, I can see the crack, I think. Yeah, I mean, you can see where all the chrome's knocked off. It's cracked right there. Stress crack probably from bending it. It took it 2 years or whatever for it to actually show up. And something else I noticed too is whenever these forks are compressing, is these lines are obviously traveling and they're putting a compression against these lines and putting pressure on them because it's mounted like this. So I think it was also contributing to that. So what I'm trying to do is, as I take this new one back here, I'm trying to avoid having too sharp of a bend on it, if you will. I'm going to avoid, bending it right here at the joints if I can. You can kind of see this side here, it's pretty close. I'll bend it a little bit when I get it on, but you can see this side here, I have to kind of kick it out just a little bit more. Something I learned a long time ago, if you don't have like pipe bending tools, something you can do, you can actually take like a metal can and use it as kind of like a brace. It's hard to kind of get a good view here, to give you a little bit of a radius on stuff as you bend it. And it kind of let me put a little bit more of a bend there. We'll take it and bend it. It's close enough. They're gonna stick out a little bit wider. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to bolt this up and see how it fits. And I might do some more minor bending and kind of go from there. All right, well, I think I'm going to call that mission accomplished. So I didn't actually stop to explain like what I was doing after I actually installed it. New distribution block is on. Fitment's not, it's not bad. I mean, it could be better. It's close to what it was before, being, you know, that aftermarket unit. I kind of bent it to where it's decent, but I didn't want to get too aggressive with it and have it possibly crack again. So I'm just going to leave this set up like it is. One of the things I tried to do too, if you ever noticed in my videos, this brake line is like looped way around here, and it doesn't actually loop down through this hole in the upper clamps to where it connects here. Well, the reason for that is because it's too long. So whenever they ordered it, it was actually probably like 3 inches too long. I actually routed it down through and like pulled it all the way down. And I mean, you can see the fittings here. It actually came down to like here. So it's a little bit too long. So that might be something I look at later. So after I put it all together, obviously I had to fill it with fluid and bleed it. So the Mighty Vac, dragged it out, did the left side, then came over and did this side, and actually was pulling nasty brown fluid out until it came clear with very little bubbles. Ideally you want to see no bubbles, but with the way this Mighty Vac thing seals, you're always going to get bubbles off of that rubber unit. Like right here, it'll always leak a little bit. It's always been that way for me. So I know when I see like very, very tiny bubbles, like, okay, the system's probably good enough. It's probably clear in all reality. Did this side, then jump back over to this side. It was all good. And then I knew that there was going to be still a little bit of air just, in this upper line probably, or, just anywhere really. So there actually was a little bit of air here. So what I ended up doing, and you can actuate this with the cap off. You have to be very careful because you'll actually see here, you can actually see fluid. Yep, there it is. It comes out of that hole. If you hit it too hard, it'll just like gush out and go everywhere. But I just got up here, and you can see what I'm doing with my hand here. I'm just very, very slightly working it. And when I first started doing that, I was getting a lot of air to return out of that. And now, I mean, there's no air. It's totally clear. And the lever really gets firm, like right here. I mean, it's never been that far out before, just because it had old nasty fluid in it. So brakes feel really good now. I'm going to put the cap back on it, and I'm going to back this thing out and hose it down, because when the line blew out in the parking lot, it got fluid like behind here and all over the place. And I tried to clean up as much as I could, in the moment when I was at work, but it needs a bath. Call this one good. Yeah, if you have any questions on anything like that, any procedures, fittings, anything you see, just let me know. Hit me in the comments. If you enjoyed, this would be a good one for wrenching in the garage, I think. It's kind of unexpected, considering that I nearly, hit a car in the parking lot when my brakes blew out. But it happens, right? I'm glad it only took me, a couple days to get it fixed. So actually, happened yesterday morning, and I was able to order the part last night and get it here today, which was awesome. That was freaking sweet. Huge shout out to J&P Cycles for that one, not making me wait on parts, because I know it sucks right now trying to get parts for anything. Please make sure to like and subscribe, as always. Helps me out, helps the channel. See you on the next one.